Hi guys, Steph here, and what we have for you today is yet another beautiful pen. Now this is a Parker fountain pen from around about the 1950s. Now around about 1953 Parker sort of introduced a new line of the Duofold pens. The design was slightly different. As you can see, there's no sort of blind cap on this particular one. As I say, around about 1953 they termed it as the new Duofold range. Now this pen we have here is actually the top of the range within that particular period, within the sort of the Duofold range. I date this pen around about the 1958. Now this one is what they term as the Parker Maxima fountain pen. As I say, top of the range at the time. As you can see, it comes in this lovely classic black colour. You can see it's got this sort of quite a large chevron gold filled cap band there. You can see the very recognisable gold Parker clip, if you like, and to the top there we've got this nice little touch, this black cap stud to the top there. Now the size of this pen from the top of the cap to the bottom is 143mm capped. Around the barrel there it's around about, well, it's a chunky 12mm in diameter, so this is quite a large fountain pen. As we said earlier, it was the top of the range at that particular time. Again, what Parker did, they changed the design slightly. As you'll see in a moment, they changed the filling system as well. Now if we take the cap off like so, show you the pen in different views. Absolutely beautiful example. This one I've actually fully restored. It's in full working order, I think, which we'll see in a moment. An absolutely beautiful example. Incidentally, size wise, as we said, a very chunky and large pen. Now this is, as we sort of said earlier, is the top of the range. Now this here is what they term as the Parker Slim Fold, which was second to the bottom of the range. Now if you look at the size there, you can see there's quite a considerable size between the two pens. So we've got a Parker Slim Fold here, and again the large Parker Maxima here. So that gives you an idea of a size comparison. Again, let's take off the cap, pop the cap on the floor like so. You'll see it's got a very recognisable tapered section to the top there. Now another beautiful thing about this particular pen, it has this large gold 14 karat gold nib here. Okay, as you can see, it's got the sort of the inlaid arrow to the top of the nib there, and the imprint reads 14 karat Parker, England 59. So this is the large number 50 nib. Absolutely lovely. Again, just to give you a comparison, on the Slim Fold it had what they termed as a number 5 nib. So there you can see a comparison between the two pens. So a number 5 nib here and this large number 50 nib on the Maxima here. Now again, one of the changes to at the time between the Duofold range, the very bottom of the range at the time was what they term as a lady Duofold, and it had a hooded nib. Now the number on that particular nib is actually a number 4. As you've just seen there on the Slim Fold, it was a number 5. The next one up was a number 10 nib on the Junior, and then after that the number 15, which was the Demi. After that we had a number 25 nib, and that was actually the Standard. And then next to that the number 35, which was the Senior. And last but not least, as we said, we've got this lovely large number 50 nib. So again, with it being top of the range, it's got the largest nib of them all. Let's show you a sideways view there, and you can see underneath there we've got this finned feed underneath the pen there. As you can see, it's been fully restored, fully clean, beautiful condition. These pens, incidentally, as we said, this is a classic black. They came in a red, blue and also a green colour as well. As we said earlier, what Parker did around about 1953 is actually change the filling system. What they actually used, or introduced if you like, was what we term as the aerometric filling system, and this system was actually based on the Parker 51 aerometric. So again, it's what we term as the sort of the aerometric filling system. Now, while we've got the pen open, let's bring on some ink. And again, we don't need to tell you, what we do to fill the pen is simply squeeze on the bars here once we've inserted the nib in the ink. And I'm hoping you could hear that. Lots of bubbling noises, which tells us everything is fine. And again, if you look at the sack there, I'm hoping you can see we've got ink within the sack there. So the sack on this pen is still quite clear for the age. So you can actually see the ink within the sack there. So let's put the barrel back on. Let's bring on some paper, and again, this is the first time it's been written with since I've restored it, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. So what we have is the Parker, and as we said, this is the Maxima, which is the top of the range within the Duofold range. This one is writing with a lovely fine line. As we said earlier, the date of this particular pen is approximately around about 1958. A very nice smooth writer, and again with this lovely large number 50 nib. Very nice to write with. Let's go for the figure of eights. Lovely and smooth. There's no flex in the nib. As I said, what we're getting, I would say, is a nice fine line. Okay, so there's the writing sample. Lovely and smooth to write with, as you would expect with this absolutely lovely nib. So there we have it. Let's screw the cap back on. There we have it. An absolutely beautiful, top of the range Parker Maxima fountain pen, dated circa around about 1958, in this gorgeous classic black colour, in absolutely beautiful condition. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed looking at this pen as much as I enjoy showing you people. Don't forget, lots of other videos. Go and take a look. Don't be shy, leave a comment, but also don't forget to subscribe. But for now, I'll just simply say bye bye now.